Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to start a brand new series on my channel called Shelf Control, in which I've written down in this box every single title on my physical TBR, and I'm going to pick one out of the box and then read it, and I think this will just really help me tackle my shelves. I have no space for any more books. I've had to make my own bookshelf, which looks as it does. I just think sometimes it can be overwhelming to pick a book, and I think this will be a great way to tackle this. So in this box they are all different colours which are different genres. I did this as it then means I can pick a genre if I want, because I am very prone to book slumps and I don't want that to happen. So for example, today I'm really in the mood for a fantasy, but I really don't know which one, so I'm going to pick, I think fantasies are green. I'm going to pick a green paper out of the bin today for today's video, and then it means in the future if I'm in the mood for a certain genre I can do that but still have it be randomized. So I'm just going to go into the first pick. So I'm going to pick a green. I cannot see any of the words, I've folded them up tiny, so I think it's okay for me to look and pick a green. So I am just going to go with, this is a bit risky though with green because that is a fantasy and that could be 300 pages or it could be 600 pages, so I really don't know. So I'm just gonna go with this one. I'm kind of scared. Right, let's see. You can see it before I do. Oop. Let's focus it. Here is the book. Oh, okay. We got Bonded by Thorns. Let me go fetch it. This is Bonded by Thorns, and I don't know too much about this, but what I do know is I believe it is one girl and then 4 fae men. Fae princes. So I just bought this, to be honest, because I saw it on another booktuber's video and I saw the end pages looked incredible, and that is solely why I bought it. At the time I didn't even know it was a 4-in-1 thing. So it says 4 handsome fae princes, 1 awkward bookworm, an enchanted veil, a beastly curse to break. I'm just going to read the blurb. She goes looking for her father, who is missing, and then finds he's been imprisoned, and she has to make a deal with these 4 princes to take his place. Oh, and they have to take on the form of demonic wolves every night, and with every year that passes more of their magic fades away. If the princes can each find their mate, they will break their curse and free their realm. Rosie is determined to help them, but the only problem is the more time she spends with the princes, the more she's convinced that she's the one they're all meant to be with. A spicy Beauty and the Beast retelling filled with enchanted fae, morally grey characters, a sinfully hot villain, and a princess who has found her prince charming, all 4 of them. Oh, I think we are in for a ride with this one. This is one I'm actually really excited for, to be honest, so I am going to go ahead and start this and I will come back to you with my first thoughts. I'm about 100 pages into Bonded by Thorns. What have I got to say about this book? The writing feels very YA. The content is not YA, however. They are very raunchy, flirtatious, vulgar, actually. Kind of discussions and depictions of characters, but the writing feels very young, very immature, very simple word choices. It's an author duo, so they used the adjective sick to describe the castle, I think, and you're just like, come on, we can think of better words than sick. And it's just all very young. We've been introduced into each of the princes now, and there was this absolute weirdo at the start called Lucas. I'm gonna say this because it is like dead at the beginning, so it's not spoiling anything. I don't know what happens with him, but he did something to her that is very, very questionable. Definitely should have had a police report, jail time. Jail time should definitely be on the cards, but nothing seems to have been said about that, so I'm not sure what's going to go on there. It definitely feels like the sexual tension is at the forefront of the book rather than any kind of plot. I'm just going to carry on reading. I don't feel the need to DNF this. I'm actually quite curious to see how she's going to be suited to all 4 of them, apparently. But yeah, those are my first initial thoughts. That was a plot twist I didn't expect at all. Now what's going to happen? I did get myself a little coffee. So glad they now do these little Starbucks ones with oat milk. That's very inclusive of them for me. God, I really wasn't expecting that plot twist. I feel a bit thrown, to be honest. Taste test. Real good. Let's continue this plot twist. Girl. Also, I just want to say this is completely flying by. The chapters are only like 5-6 pages, so it's making it very quick paced. Like, I'm nearly halfway and I feel like I've been reading this for 0 time at all. But this is actually a very intense scene. Page 158 is where I've decided to take a little break. Let's get back into this. Why all of a sudden did this get so good? Like, I'm sad. I am staying here for the foreseeable future. And a part of it from earlier, it's really obvious who the enchantress, the woman who came and did the curse. Very obvious who she is in relation to certain characters. To me anyway, it is. But now I'm sat, I'm locked in. I have questions, I need answers, I need to see what happens. Also, I went looking for some fan art because I needed to see these princes. Why am I seeing it's a series? Nobody told me it was a series. Now, what if I need the second one and I don't have it? Anyway, I'm gonna continue. I'll come back when I have something to say. I'm now about 200 pages in, and I was actually just sat thinking, I don't think I even told you what was properly going on at the beginning of this book. I won't tell you right up to where I'm at now, as I think that would be spoiling, but in the beginning we have Rosalina, who's running a bookshop, but her whole small town kind of speaks badly of her. There's a lot of rumours about her dad, who say he's gone crazy, but it's because he's searching for Rosalina's mum, and he says she was taken by the Fae. So he's on all these trips, she's living alone, she's 26 I think, and then her ex-boyfriend, which is that Lucas I was talking about, comes back, taking over his parents' lodge. Whilst he's doing that speech, the butcher or something runs in and goes, Rosalina, I found your dad's jacket and it's covered in blood. So then they go to the forest and try to find her dad, and then they go through this rose bush into the Fae realm, and then we meet the princes. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, like I said earlier, and except there's 4 princes. So that is what the setup of the book is. At the moment they are currently working on trying to break the curse, because oh, I forgot to explain, god, I feel all over the place. The dad made it to this castle, but he plucked a rose off because she asked him to get a rose for her every time he goes on a trip. So he plucked one. One of the princes got annoyed and said, you're going to be held prisoner because you've stolen from me, and then she offers to take her dad's place, and Lucas legged it. So that is where we're up to. As I said, they're trying to break the curse at the moment, and she's came up with this big idea of how these 4 princes might potentially meet their mate. And to be honest, like, I feel like it's one of those books that you just have to give into the fun. This is not a piece of art, this is not amazing literature, this is just fun. Like, it's silly, the writing is simple. I would think this is a YA if it wasn't so smutty, but it's entertaining, I'll give it that. I'm entertained, I want to know what happens. It's hard to put down, it's fast paced, but I'd take that as a positive because it then just keeps you hooked and entertained. So I am enjoying myself, and I think this last part will go super duper quick, and I'm kind of hoping I don't need to buy the second one, because I don't think I want to invest into this series. There's nobody I'm attached to. Like, I'm finding the scenes fun and I'm finding the plot entertaining, but I don't feel anything for the specific characters. Yeah, I don't feel anything, but I'm gonna carry on and I will let you know my thoughts. I think it is very telling that I have had less than 100 pages left of this book to read, and it's taken me over a week to get to it, and just now I've nearly thrown up at the fact that they're basically being attacked by goblins at this point. I don't think it's a spoiler, there's got to be a baddie in every book, and she has called out to them to distract them from attacking somebody else. Hey, stink faces. Like, how old are we in this book? come on, she's meant to be 26, I think, and you're calling things stink faces. It's so immature. Like, I'm getting embarrassed, I'm cringing. But like, I honestly think this would be middle grade if it wasn't for all the smut scenes, which is very telling. So I'm nearly done. I'm gonna push through now and then give some final thoughts, but I can't really say I'm having a good time with it, but I will check in with you once I've finished. I think I genuinely have like 30 pages left, but Stink Faces really has, I'm not sure what the word would be. What has that done to me? Just made me sigh in disappointment, I think. But yeah, I'll check in with you in a little while. I've just finished Bonded by Thorns, and I'm not sure I can say I enjoyed it, which sounds brutal, but obviously a Beauty and the Beast retelling with 4 beasts. Understood that very quickly. It was very simple language, simple plot, which is okay, but not, I think it felt honestly like YA with smut scenes, and that I kind of don't really get on board with, because I'm like, clearly to the authors you only wanted to write the smut because that's the most developed scenes, so then you're leaving the plot and the actual writing of the book behind, and I don't like that. There was some plot twist where I was kind of gagged. Like, I was sad, I was interested, because obviously with this kind of premise you don't know what to expect. How is she the mate for 4 of these people? There's clearly more books in the series, but I can't honestly say I'm interested to pick them up. I'm kind of interested to know what happens, but only enough to go look at Goodreads spoilers, not enough to continue the series. But I just think the writing was so immature, except from the smut scenes, so you can really see where the authors invested their times and the parts that excited them the most. It was interesting at minimum, only because of its kind of taboo premise. So yeah, I did enjoy some of the characters. Like, I liked her 2 little friends she made at the castle, and the Autumn King, he was nice. The Spring King was nice as well, but it was kind of, this whole book was kind of leading up to something. Nothing really happened in this book, to be honest. Like, they had a ball, and a ball for what? And the main, I'd say there's like a main prince. Yeah, they're princes, not kings, but there is a main prince, I'd say, is the Winter Prince, and he just clearly, when he was in his feels, he was reciting Pinterest quotes. Like, he was going all out with his dramatic monologues, Shakespeare style love confessing. Like, I was like, Jesus, shut up. So to be honest, I don't know what to think. Like, I can't say I enjoyed it. If any of my friends said, oh, should I read this, I'd say no. Credit I can give it is that it was entertaining, kind of like reality TV. Like, it feels kind of raunchy, kind of taboo, the drama, but I can't say that I felt connected to any of the characters, any relations between the characters. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel anything when they were being attacked. I didn't feel anything when things were going well. I was just kind of numb to it all. 2 of the characters from the beginning of the story, in relation to Rosalina, just disappeared. never got anything from them. Didn't get any kind of big reveals in this. There wasn't anything in this that made me want to read the next one. I thought they were going to leave it on a massive cliffhanger, but they didn't, and so I don't really care. I just didn't really feel anything, mainly cringe. I was rolling my eyes, I was sighing, I didn't find any of the characters funny. I just didn't, there's not much that was likeable about it, to be honest. So yeah, those are my opinions on that book. Thank you so much for watching this little reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read this, let me know your thoughts, whether you liked it, disliked it, because I would actually be really interested to hear some of the thoughts. I'm going to go look on Goodreads right now and see what everybody's saying. But yeah, thank you again, and I will speak to you very, very soon.